Hi Scorpio! First of all, happy birthday. I hope that all of the Scorpios out there whose birthdays are in the month of November have a beautiful, wonderful solar return if it is your sun sign. And just keep in mind that these readings are general, and naturally, some messages will resonate more than others. And I invite you to look at your sun, moon, and rising signs, because some months you might identify more with your moon sign or rising sign instead of your sun sign. I also want to start off by saying that this month of November, all of my private readings are having a 15% off sale. It's only for this month, so if you are at all wanting to get a private reading with me, if you'd like me to look at anything in your personal life that you need more clarity or insight on, now is your chance to maximize on the sale, because come December 1st, it will be gone. All right, with all that said, now let's begin your reading. So down the center, we have the Star card, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Wheel of Fortune. Crossing or supporting that, we have the Page of Swords, and this is a supporting card. I really like this energy for you. What we see here is changes. That's what the Wheel of Fortune denotes for me. These are changes in your life, but changes that start with you. The Nine of Pentacles specifically is a very personal card, personal energy card, and it's telling me that the base of all of the changes come from a change of personal perspective, of seeing things in a different way. And these changes are coming about, the themes of them are about what you value, who you value, and above all, self-love, because self-love is also valuable. That's what all of the pentacle suits, the coin suit represents, is that which we value. So it's not just money, but it is being able to trust in yourself, self-confidence, and trusting others, loving others and loving ourselves. Now, I know that your sign specifically has had it a little bit rough as of late, but make sure that you maximize these beautiful cards, these 4 beautiful cards that I pulled for you. That is letting me know that the beginning of the month is very, very positive. The energy is very fruitful at that. So you can definitely manifest greater abundance, greater money, and just being able to manage these changes when it comes to that which you love and your financial life that much easier, because we do have the Star card here that is letting you know that you are supported by the universe. So all of these changes that are going to be taking place are going to be for your own benefit. And I know that Venus has been retrograde in your sign. I believe it just moved either yesterday or today into Libra, and it is still going to be going on this retrograde phase until November 6th, but then it will go back into that space that it went retrograde into, and it's going to come back to your sign. So it is still going to affect you, even though it is in Libra. And Venus, of course, is the planet of love, and it is the planet of wealth, of material abundance. So all of the things that you value are going to be questioned still for your sign. So be patient with these changes, but I do see that these are changes for the good, for your own personal good. This was like this. It was the page. It wasn't the Wheel of Fortune. All right. So in your root area, we have the Two of Swords, the World card, and the Nine of Cups. So a lot of you could have felt a little bit blocked when it comes to dealing with someone or against a situation or a person or thing. And this blocking could have been risen. It could have come about a situation that either has already like come to its end, or it is nearing an end, because that is what the World card represents. Especially as a major arcana, it has the most weight. So these changes could have been against your will, or it could be a situation that you just couldn't control any longer. It needed to come to an end. And try your best not to hold on too tightly against a situation that could have just felt comfortable. It wasn't that it was good for you or beneficial to you, but it was just comfortable. So try to not hold on to this situation too much, because once you stop swimming against current, you can attract more happiness into your life as soon as you let this stale situation that can no longer continue, because it has come to its end. So that's the thing with life. Everything that comes about does come to an end, and in your case, I do see that these are endings for your benefit that are going to attract more personal wealth and more personal happiness. I say that because these two nines are the best nines that you could have got. For me personally, it's not a 9 of swords, a 9 of wands, feeling taxed out or stressed out. These are beautiful cards that are here to impart a greater happiness, greater stability that starts with yourself. Now, in your recent past, we have the Hanged Man, the Chariot, and the Sun card. 3 major arcana cards. So this is the message of most weight of the whole tarot spread. So recently you could have felt, this is where it all starts, that this sense of feeling stuck, of feeling like you couldn't have things flow in the way or in the manner or in the time that you wanted it to. The Hangman asked for a sense of pause, a sense of stopping, taking stock, and seeing things for how they truly are. So anything that felt stuck, especially with when it comes to endings or things that are coming to an end, I do see here more control and more clarity in your life as soon as you let these things go. So there is a sensation of harmony being restored, of light coming in that you were missing from being in this stage of waiting for these new changes to take place. And once you let these things go in your root area, these things that have either already ended or are coming to an end, I do see you feeling better when it comes to your own life, feeling better in your own skin, in your life, and more positive once you let these things go. It's going to give you more control too in your life. Now, in your crowning reading, we have the Justice card, the 4 of Swords, and the Death card. So here you are, you have appeared in your reading, and that is a very, very beautiful thing. Every tarot channel and every person that deals with cards has their own language with the cards, their own relationship with the cards. But for me personally, whenever I read for a client, or right now I'm reading for a zodiac sign, and you appear in your reading, it denotes to me personally that you have more control over the energies that are at your disposal throughout this period. So no matter what November brings for you, this retrograde phase brings for you, because we are going to have Mercury going into retrograde as well, you have more control over these circumstances than you think. So what I do see here is we can read this in 2 ways. Either you have definitely ended a relationship with someone, and it is a very final, absolute end with these cards. There's no ways about it. And why it has ended is because it didn't have a solid, stable base. That's what the 4 numerologically represents. And it brought about too much stress in your life. It wasn't a balanced or a just relationship, it was lacking in balance, and in that sense of feeling like whatever you gave, the person gave back to you. Now, if it is dealing with a legal matter, as the second way that we can see this is a sense here of having to wait it out a little bit longer, of having to exert patience with the situation so that the ruling comes in your favor. You still have to wait it out a bit more, 4 days, 4 weeks, 4 months even, for this to finally be ruled in your favor. Now, if you have been dealing with a Libra or a Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising, another Scorpio, it's the note here, the suggestion, if you will, is to try to take more time for yourself when dealing with him or her or these two people. This could just be a facet of the same person, this Libra or Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising, and it's just telling you to focus your energy. Once again, the energy is very personal to you, to focus on your own needs first and not putting this person on a pedestal, not putting them first. Know your boundaries, know your limitations, put yourself, your needs first, and then attend to everybody else's needs. Now, in your future position, we have the Five of Wands, the King of Pentacles, and the Seven of Swords. So, this is definitely not the month to make big purchases. Remember that Venus has just left your sign. It is still retrograde in Libra, but it will retrograde back to your sign. It will move forward direct in that same phase that it went retrograde in Libra and in your sign. So these issues are still going to be a little bit wonky, a little bit wobbly for some time to come. Venus ends its retrograde phase on November 16th, I believe, but you should still give it a little bit more time so that you making big expenditures or big purchases, if you could maybe feel like, oh, I should have reconsidered that. I shouldn't have acted so hastily. I shouldn't have purchased it now. So, and I say purchases because Venus does rule material goods, and we do have a material card here in the center, and it's saying that something about it is going to be destabilizing to you, and there might be something about the fine print, or someone may be not being as clear with your financial situation. So it's best to hold steady, to not make big purchases, like I said, and also make sure that you don't lose any valuables, because that's these three cards, whenever they come up for me, they do talk about losing things that hold a lot of value to us. But this has not happened, so you can definitely mitigate it as long as you make sure that you know where your valuables are at, that you don't misplace certain items of value to you. Now, if you are dealing with an earth sign like a Taurus, Libra, a Virgo, or Capricorn, or Sun, Moon, or Rising, or if it's not those signs, it's just someone that you deemed or in high esteem, you hold in high regard of value, but sadly, this person is manifesting their energy as either not very clear or transparent. So they could be lying to you or keeping something back from you, a little white lie, or they could be unstable and not very generous with their time, their resources, their energy. So your best bet here is to just protect your energy against this unstable person in your life. Now, in your ego position, we have the Five of Swords, the Page of Pentacles, and the Lover's card. So here, once again, we have this theme of instability when it comes to your finances. So please don't make any big purchases, or when dealing with this earth sign energy, if that applies to you, it's definitely a no when dealing with this person. If you were on the fence, it's best to protect your energy and to close yourself off, because this person just wants to see their side. Remember, the Five of Wands and the Five of Swords is an escalation. It goes from wands to swords, which is a bit more cutting, a bit more difficult. So try your best to not engage with people that just want to hear themselves speak. They don't want to actually learn or expand their ideas or see your point of view or your side. So your best bet is to just disengage and not feed into this Five of Wands energy, so that it doesn't escalate to a Five of Swords. And also here, what we see is perhaps dealing with a Gemini, a Sun, Moon, or Rising, or someone from the past, because that is such a theme of Venus retrograde, of exes and past lovers coming back to us. But you know that this person is unstable. You know that you guys don't have the same values, the same value system, so it is not going to work once again. So you know what to do if these people resurface. Now, in your environment, we have the Hierophant, the Six of Cups, and the Hermit card. So we do have a lot of beautiful support here in your midst. We have support from a superior to you or someone that is older to you. And if they're not old in age, they're simply very wise beyond their years. This could be a friend, a teacher, a mentor, a parent, a grandparent at that. And they could give you a lot of emotional support. They could give you wise counsel and unconditional love. So if you do need a second perspective, help when dealing with these difficult people, or you just want a bird's eye view on situations that are ending in your life, you do have that support if you need it. Now, in your hopes and fears area, we have the Knight of Pentacles, the Empress card, and the Five of Pentacles. So this is screaming Pentacles for me, and it is screaming fears when it comes to changes and situations that Venus retrograde has brought about in your life. And try your best not to operate from a low-level frequency of lack with the Five. Yes, by all means, be very careful with your spending. We brushed about that in your near future position. This is not the month for those things. But also be careful who you invest in. Who is it that you're giving your time, your love? Because Pentacles don't just talk about resources. They talk about the things that we hold of most value. So your time, your love, those are valuable things. So remember that you have appeared as a major arcana card here in your crowning reading. So you have more control over the situation than you think that you do, especially when dealing with people and situations. You have more control. You know you can budget. You know that you don't have to make space in your life for people that are unstable. So try your best to see things in a more rational way, in a more rational light, so that you don't operate, like I said, from a place of lack, from a place of fear. Now, in your outcome position for the month of November, we have the King of Swords, the Seven of Cups, and the Nine of Pentacles. So you're going to end the month pretty strong, actually, especially when it comes to achieving greater abundance in your life financially, or feeling like you have more moral support when it comes to a family member, a family figure. Family is also the family that we choose. So it could come from a friend. And you have, or you will have rather, a more clear idea of what you want to manifest in your life, because this is a manifesting card, and what you do not. So the options of vacillating between A or B, you will see them more clearly as long as you are more rational and practical with yourself, because that is the approach that this king has against this 7. He is able to determine with clarity what is good, what is of value, what is worthy, in a very rational and clear manner. Now, if you are dealing with an air sign, we talked about a Gemini here, or a Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising, but this could also be an Aquarius. If this person has been coming and going, they have not been very clear with you, especially when it comes to the longevity of your relationship, just know that you are no longer ready to be putting up with things like that. You just want stability in your life. You want things of longer legs. You want a real valuable relationship. You want someone that values you just the same as you value them. All right, Scorpio, that's the end of my reading. I hope that it has given you a guide to better manifest with the energies that are available at your disposal throughout this period. If you feel like it has been of help to you, you can support my channel by liking, subscribing, sharing, donating to my channel. I have placed a link on the description box below if you feel called to do so. I'd like to thank you so much. And any denomination is welcome. I'm also inviting you to follow me on social media for announcements and promotions on those platforms. I'm now on Instagram, and I am doing free oracle readings over there. So if that is something that you're interested in, follow me. I hope to see you and interact with you there. Now, if you'd like a private reading with me, now is the time to do so, because everything is 15% off, but only for November. So go to tripletarot.com where you can see my services and my rates. I would love to read for you. All right, happy birthday once again to all my November solar Scorpios. I hope that you have a beautiful solar return, and I hope that you have a beautiful, blessed month. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.